And welcome back to day 8. No, 8 or not? No, 9. 9, I think. Day 9 of Eldritch Moon spoilers. And we got ourselves a dragon, we got ourselves a weird mind thingy, we got ourselves a spear, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and a lot of cool stuff. We got basically all our mythics at this point spoiled. And the one I used as the the one I used basically as the thumbnail for this is Mirrorwing Dragon. Now, it's a mythic rare dragon. It does not transform, sadly. I'm disappointed, before I continue with art, I am disappointed that the dragon we got was not a transforming dragon, which would turn into an Eldrazi dragon. Can you think of the two creature combinations that would be the most horrific thing to meet on the battlefield? Eldrazi dragon in this game? Huh. Anyway. But it's a 3 generic, 2 red, flying, 4/5. So right there, it's a 4/5 flyer for 5. Solid playable. Whenever a player casts an instance or sorcery spell that targets only Mirrorwing Dragon, so it's got to be single target, that player copies that spell for each other creature he or she controls. That spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. So essentially, you have I'm trying to remember, the precursor golem, was it? The one that made the golem that made an extra golem, and whenever you target one golem with a spell, it affects the entirety of them. It's basically that on a dragon, which, let's be clear, it doesn't counter the effect on the dragon. The effect still happens on the dragon you're working it on. So if an opponent does 3 damage to, or somehow does 5 damage to the dragon with 1 card, it's made to wipe out pretty much their entire board, but that dragon's still dying. With that being said, though, this is a mythic card. This is a mythic level card. This deserves the mythic slot as opposed to another one that I'm going to talk about later. It's a very solid. Did I actually show you guys the art? I'm sorry. I pulled it up and then I think I just stopped for a moment. Now, don't get me wrong, the art's beautiful. It's a dragon with these incandescent wings, essentially acting like mirrors. Like, it's rainbow. It's very beautiful looking art. And what the hell? And now my system's being slow on me for some stupid reason. Anyway, while I'm getting this picture back up, it's a very powerful card because while the opponent will try to destroy it outright if they can, it's not why do I have this coming up? I don't know. It's being stupid with me. All right, try that one more time. And no, why? It's giving me the stupid art for a vampire that popped up. That's no good. Real quick. There we have a bear. 1 generic, 1 red, 2/2 vampire. Falkenrath Reaver. Art. There you go. There's the vampire. It's a bear. It's usable. Anyway, the dragon. The beauty of the dragon is that you pump it up. You're pumping everything else up in your field. You're giving any sort of instant sorcery ability. Same on that. Downside is it's the same with your opponent, but only on the dragon. And more or less, there's very little wrong with this card. It's a very solid, good card. And now, if you'll please allow me to get this picture back up. Please. Pretty please. So there we go. I don't know why. I wasn't letting the page load. Okay, so there's the art. Very beautiful, very lovely art. I do like it. It's pretty while still feeling Innistrad. Again, disappointed we didn't get the Eldrazi dragon that I was kind of hoping for, but what are you going to do? The other mythic rare, the other two, but first off, the other mythic rare we have here is Mind Dilation. Now, Mind Dilation is an enchantment. It costs 5 generic, 2 blue. So this is not a very... What's the word I'm looking for? Logical? No. It's not a very practical is the word I was looking for. It's not a practical card to use. I do like the art, though. The art's pretty cool. So, Mind Dilation, enchantment, 5 generic mana, 2 blue. Very nice art. Even on the phone it looks nice like that. Whenever an opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. So as an effect, that's a pretty solid effect, honestly. If this card were like 5 mana, this would actually possibly be usable. However, it's not. It's 7 mana with no logical way of decreasing its mana cost. It's too expensive. It's too expensive to use, even from someone who's casual. Even I wouldn't use this even in a casual deck. I mean, I take it back. I have one deck out of the 30 I've made that I still have because I get bored, and it's fun to make decks, especially when you just make them on silly concepts. I'll make a spider deck if I get that legendary, guaranteed. But it's too expensive for any other deck unless you're using mono blue. You're able to pump out a lot of mana really fast. And if you're pumping out a lot of mana real fast, why aren't you just playing like big meaty blue creatures that do exist? So it just doesn't seem worth it. Then we have Grim Flayer, supposedly. I'm a little unfortunately sad that we're not getting a blue-green mythic this set, but maybe next set. Who knows? Grim Flayer is a black-green. 1 black, 1 green. 2/2, Human Warrior, Trample. When Grim Flayer deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your graveyard, the rest on the top of your library in any order. It has Delirium, or Delirium gives it +2/+2 as long as there are 4 more card types in the graveyard. So there's the art. Pretty nice looking art. I read someone in the comments saying that maybe it was supposed to be Garrick, but just too much going in the storyline already. With that being said, though, it's a solid card. It is. It's a decent card. Get it done turn 2. Most things aren't going to be able to contend with it on turn 2. If you're able to give it maybe a little bit of pump so it can go through stuff, you can get its ability off, set off Delirium, choose what you want in the graveyard, things that you need in the graveyard. And it gets +2. It can come out as a 4/4 if it's maybe mid to late game. That being said, why is this a mythic? This does not feel like a mythic rare. It's okay. It's good. It's a perfectly fine card. It's not mythic like the dragon in terms of actual usability. Besides the fact this is not a legendary, you could have multiple copies of this, the dragon too, and you could like pump these out real quick. Like have a team of 4 of them on the battlefield, like within maybe turn 5. Maybe even turn 4. Well, maybe. Depends what other things you got going on there. But I don't see this as a mythic. It just doesn't have the mythic power to it. But I don't know. Maybe there's something there that I'm not seeing. I can't say I'm an expert on judging things. But anyway, we have a reprint, which is, reprint kind of. It's pretty much a reprint. Incendiary Flow is 1 generic, 1 red. Deals 3 sorcery. Deals 3 damage to a target creature or player. If that damage, if a creature dealt damage this way would die. Then, my Wi-Fi just got disconnected. That's sad. Would die. Then exile it instead. And there's the art. It's got Chandra on it. It's very cool looking. I do like the flavor checks. What's your plan? Gideon asked. Are you serious? Chandra replied. That's pretty good. Overall, 5 removal spell. We need removal spells at the moment. Crypt Breaker, 1 black, 1/1 zombie. Pay 1 black, 1 generic. Tap it, discard a card, put a 2/2 black zombie creature into the battlefield. Tap 3 untapped zombies you control, draw a card, and lose 1 life. It's a 1-drop. 1-drops are hit and miss, but at rare, they're usually playable. It makes zombies, meaning you can play on turn 1, turn 2, you can automatically tap it, discard a card, and get zombies. So within 2 turns, you have 3 power on the board. That's very usable. Now, and that means on turn 3, you're probably not going to be able to get the zombie for tap 3 zombies. The tap 3 zombies thing is only good when you really got like a mass horde thing going. So it's only really playable once you've got when you have the zombies en masse. Up until then, it's easily killed. It's not bad, but it's going to be one of those things where someone's just going to be like, okay, get out of the way. Then we move on to Mercurial Geist, or Mercurial. Mercury Curl. I can't say it. It's an alchemic term. 2 generic, 1 red, 1 blue. The Spirit, 1/3, Killing Fiend ability. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, it gets +3/+0 until the end of turn. So, yeah, Mercurial Geist. I like the artwork. The artwork's pretty cool. The flavor is apparently trying. Procedural missteps. Provocation of Geist for the purpose of yielding more energy and compromise containment units. Next action, clean up mess. Okay. Anyway, it's a very solid card. Blue. I will definitely use this in my blue, my Is It deck, more or less. I will definitely use that. It's not as good as Kiln Fiend in terms of mana cost. Its mana cost, it was just 2, and it was only 1 color. In terms of overall power, though, this is better simply because it's Kiln Fiend was a 1/2, while this is a 1/3. This automatically, and flying. The flying thing puts this thing over the edge. If you got this, you're in blue or red, play this card. You will definitely get value out of it, I could guarantee. We have another Eldrazi, and unfortunately this Eldrazi means we're probably not going to get any actual blue-green cards. And I like blue-green cards because that's my favorite color combination. Lashweed Lurcher is 8 of any mana. Eldrazi Horror. Emerge for 5 of any mana, blue-green. When you cast Lurkweed Lurker, you may put a target non-land permanent onto the top of its owner's library. And the art on this is kind of interesting. I'm trying to pinpoint what the art's supposed to be. It's one of the most Emrakul looking of Eldrazi's in terms of Eldrazi spawn. But at the same time, it's like alien seaweed. I mean, look at this. Hold on. Look at that. It's like alien seaweed with Emrakul magenta. As for the card itself, if you're able to get the emerge cost, which is what you normally be playing these things for, perfectly fine card. Again, realistic scenario, you're getting it off for 3 or 4 probably, so that means this is coming out as a 5/4 for either 4 or 5 mana, or excuse me, for 3 or 4 mana. So overall, it's a very useful card, very playable. I could see myself playing it absolutely if I'm in blue or green, which is a very likely color combination for me to be in, normally speaking. We have a few other uncommons. We have Mournwillow. 1 generic, 1 red. I keep saying red. 1 generic, 1 black, 1 green. 3/2 haste. Plant skeleton. Lovely art, by the way. In terms of gothic fun. Hold on. And there's the art. Yeah. Gotta dig those arts. That zombie. It's a zombie plant more or less, but it's a plant skeleton. Great creature typing. Delirium enters the battlefield. There are 4 more creature card types among cards in your graveyard. Creatures with power 2 or less can't block this turn. In terms of its stats, it's fine. It's a 3/2 haste. Nothing wrong with that. 2 colors is expected these days, so nothing wrong with the 2 colors either. Delirium is kind of just an added bonus, but that means that this card's really only good mid-game, or at least it's not good on turn 3 because it's very likely you'll be able to get the Delirium off in turn 3. You're probably gonna have to wait till like turn 4 to 6, anywhere in that before Delirium is really going to be activated. There are cards that still will trigger it earlier if you're lucky, but it's bit hit and miss at that point if you can trigger it or not. So it's just kind of okay. Nothing amazing. Ride Down is apparently a reprint. I was unaware of this. It's got new art. It's got good art to it, too. I like that. This guy on his horse. Look at that. That's pretty cool looking. He's skewering some Eldrazi monstrosity. Destroy target blocking. 1 red, 1 white, by the way. Destroy targeting instant target blocking creature. Creatures that were blocked by that creature this combat gain trample until the end of turn. I'm not quite kidding. Destroy target blocking creature. Okay, creatures that were blocked. Sorry, I was misreading. Okay, so basically you will... Wait. No, yeah, it's still blocked. Okay. Sorry, the wording got me confused briefly. So yeah, if you block something, you're still preventing the damage even if it were destroyed. That's why you get the trample. Alright, so it's okay. It's a decent combat trick. Nothing amazing. Last card that got spoiled today was on Twitter because Rosewater loves his puzzles. Permeating Mass. 1 green mana. 1/3. Spirit. Whenever Permeating Mass deals combat damage to a target creature becomes a copy of Permeating Mass. And I'm actually going to get the actual art up on that one. When it's a legitimately interesting card, or like a card that was one of the main spoilers of the day, then yeah, I'll actually increase the size of the art and things like that. And come on, where are you? There you are. So Permeating Mass, and there we go. When you hear that, you don't think Spirit. You think probably like Eldrazi something or whatever. But no, this is Spirit. And there we go. There we go. There he is. Just got his face there, stuff like that. So this is an interesting card because it's a combat trick. It really is a combat trick. You can get it on turn 1, block for a while. Anything that this thing blocks and doesn't kill, turns it into a copy of it. So it loses its abilities. Because anything that says that it, unless it says it keeps its abilities, it loses its ability. It becomes a copy of that card. And then things can really get shenanigan-y, because if you got like little chump blockers or something like that, and like say you got a 1/1 spirit, it deals combat damage to the 1/1 spirit, and it becomes it says deal combat damage. It doesn't say anything about it, because it just deals the combat damage, and it automatically becomes a copy of that. So this thing could get. It reminds me of the. Oh, was it something of the heart? Basically, the 6/6 mythic from the original Innistrad. You remember this, right? That would cost 6, 3 mana, green mana, 3 generic, and that tokens came out copy of this card. So no matter what they were always a copy of this card. So it kind of reminds me of that, but with combat tricks. Very interesting, very fun, very flavorful. I can see shenanigans happening very fast with that. Excuse me, with that card. Also, you can always keep attacking into that too, and then just attack with that. It becomes a copy of that, and then it's like, crap, I need to either get rid of this or attack with it. But if I attack with it, it's just going to turn that into a copy of it, and it's going to start to cycle over again. So it's really a card that's hard to get rid of, unless you just board wipe the field or exile something. So, or, destroy something with a spell. So, fun card. I dig that. I would definitely play with that. So, other than that, though, nothing much else to go off of right now. Thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I'll be back tomorrow with Who Would Win, more spoiler videos, and maybe something else. All depends. Thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.